Whoa, now it's your boy Lambo Drew, and you are now tuned in for another hot edition of the Leverage Show. Y'all already know what time it is. If you are definitely not tuned in tonight, you better be sending this to your brothers, your cousins, your aunties, and everybody else, man, out there. We have the infamous Karen Towers in the building, and we are excited for her hitting the show today. Definitely, y'all want to make sure you guys are sharing this and getting this information out. I'm excited just to have a one-on-one sit down with her. I'm trying to tell y'all this right now. Y'all definitely are going to want to go ahead and make sure that this is on blast and sending this out to as many people as you possibly can. Man, listen, before we bring her on, I want to definitely go ahead and give some love to the chats tonight. Y'all already know what time it is, man. My Soul Does Wait definitely is in the building, man. Everybody hang on for the ride. Lambo's going to do his thing, man. Shout out to you, Big Lee. You already know what time it is. Love, love, love seeing you, man, in the building, man. Business, money, and investing with Jimmy Williams. Excited to hear my friend and colleague Karen Towers share this opportunity. Well, y'all definitely get ready. Shout out to you for that, my brother, man. Thank you for tuning in and definitely supporting KT in the building out here. You know what time it is. My cousin is in the building, man. Shout out to you, man. What's up, Leverage Show fam? Thank you, cuz, for popping in the building, man. IC is in the building. Hello, Leverage Show family. Good to see you in the building, IC. Welcome, Mr. Jimmy Williams. Y'all definitely welcome, man, our first-time guest right here on the Leverage Show, man. Make them feel welcome, Leverage Show family, like y'all always do. Hi, Sir Errol. Meredith Alexander's in the building. Good evening, everyone. Shout out to you, Meredith. Thank you for tapping in and tuning into the Leverage Show. Definitely welcoming y'all. I hope that everyone is having a terrific Thursday. Yes, we are. I see you. Welcome. Crawl Into Wealth is in the building. What's up, everyone? Shout out to you, Crawl Into Wealth. Always love to see you in the building. There my lady goes, Miss Taylor. Good to see you, Miss Ingram, in the building. Know you showing love for KT in the building. You know what time it is. My cousin is showing love to Meredith, Integral, everybody tell him welcome, man. You know what time it is. My guy, Jay Ford from Ford Financial Planning is in the building. If you guys are not following my guy, Jay Ford, please go follow my guy, Jay Ford, man, at Ford Financial Planning, man. Amazing Telegram group, too, as well. That is really killing the game, man, with Passive Income Navigation Group, man. Y'all already know there's truly, man. Lambo Drew is definitely in that group, and they always are supporting the fam. So appreciate you, Jay Ford. Thank you for doing your thing, man, especially all the passive opportunities you guys have. J-Dog is in the building. What's up, Jeremiah Craft? And I see you in the building, man. That's JJC, y'all, for those and everything, man, who really want that e-commerce store. And I'm looking to diversify just a little bit. You want to be reaching out to JJC, man, Unlimited, man. This wonderful couple, June and Jeremiah, man, are really killing the game, man. And shout out to them for always tapping in. My wonderful wife is in the building. Hello, everyone, man, with the wonderful heart emojis. You know what the heart emojis is, man. With the bride, you know she had to come out here, man, and support me and Karen in the building. Tell us definitely showing love with a big high. Do what it do, Lambo. Shout out to you, Ken Haney. Ken Haney, I received something special from you today, and I want everybody to see this. Shout out to Ken Haney, man, sending Lambo a little talent, man. I thought this was so dope, man, that Ken sent this out to Lambo, man, and came on my doorstep, man, as I got in today, dude. I think that is the most awesome thing, man, that you could send, dude. I appreciate that, because, you know, Lambo, man, definitely is telling the story of the talents, man, and that definitely meant something, man, to the heart and very memorable. Kennard Haney, if you guys are definitely in the Columbus, Ohio area, hosts one of the largest network events, man, that he just started. That is on the last Wednesday of every single month in Columbus, Ohio. And it is definitely the network event. I think it's 240 South State Street in Westerville, Ohio. The Westerville Cohatch. For those who are interested, next Wednesday night from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., all roads lead to Columbus, Ohio. But my guy, Ken Haney, will be doing an amazing networking event and allowing other entrepreneurs and business owners and great people, man, who have actually rose up the economic ladder to be there in one room where you can actually meet the person that can help change your life. So shout out to you, Ken Haney, man. I love you, brother, for everything that you do. Keep doing what you do. Blessings, Arrow. You already know what it is. Ken Haney showing love to Mrs. Johnson and the Leverage Show fam. It is on and popping in here. Famous Enterprises is in the building. Shout out to you, Famous Enterprises. Thank you for definitely making your way, man, right here on the Leverage Show to support Miss Karen Towers. Hello and welcome, Business Money and Investor with Jimmy Williams, man. Definitely make sure y'all welcome all first-time guests here on the Leverage Show, man. 1 ounce pure silver, contact me for your precious metal needs. Thank you for that, Ken Haney, man. I definitely got my 1 ounce, man, pure silver. You make sure y'all reach out to Kennard Haney, man, on all social media platforms, man, whether that's Facebook, whether that's Instagram. I think at Instagram, he's Mr. Kennard Haney, or whether he's doing some of his TikToks. He's killing the game, and he does that land banking pretty well, too. So for those who want another investment strategy, yeah, definitely holler at my guy, Ken Haney, man. Thank you for that, man. Hello, welcome, Taylor, man. Please definitely hello and welcome them, man. Famous with the wonderful fire emojis. Appreciate you. Thank you, my brother. Love doing what you're doing, man. No, we appreciate doing what you are doing. So thank you for the love and support. And you guys coming on here, man, to cheer on the infamous Karen Towers, man, who we're getting ready to bring on real shortly, man. Shout out to my guy, Errol, man. Shout out to you, man. My guy, Bruce, is in the building, man. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Bruce, man, for you popping on here, man, and showing love. Continue prayers, man, for Errol and the family. Yes, definitely Errol just lost his grandmother, man, which you guys do know is my great aunt. We lost her last week, man. So definitely, man, a shot to the family. So keep everybody in your prayers, man, as we continue to battle through, as well as Kennard Haney, who actually lost a son-in-law too last week. So definitely keep Kennard Haney and his family in your prayers, man, as we will do right here on the Leverage Show, man. So thank you guys, man, for definitely, man, tapping in and tuning in. Listen, without further ado, we bring into the show, man, for the very first time, Miss Karen Towers, man, who are literally, man, I got a chance and an honor to meet down in Miami last month for the very first time. And before then, for months, we had been talking on nothing but calls, nothing but Zoom calls, and really amazing connection, man, was formed because her mindset and everything else that she is actually doing for the betterment of people literally, man, helped bless Lambo's life. And I really, really, really am excited that she got the chance to accept the invitation to come here tonight on the Leverage Show. I really want y'all to make this wonderful warrior of a lady who's been out here, who's literally seen it all and has been doing it all out here, but really helping empower so many people out here for the betterment of a better financial freedom. Tonight, we welcome for the first time, and hopefully not the last time, my sister, Miss Karen Towers, to the Leverage Show. Welcome, KT. What it do?
Hi. How are you?
Hey, I am well. I know everybody is definitely here for you and definitely here the wonderful support, man, that you are definitely having this amazing sit down on the Leverage Show, and we're excited for you tonight. So thank you, Miss KT, for accepting this. You already got the fire emojis and everybody. Man, they telling you welcome, showing you so much love, man. That's the way that they need to do this when you are definitely on the Leverage Show. Hey, Miss Towers, with the I love it. We literally are enjoying every step of the way for you literally accepting this amazing invitation right here on the Leverage Show. You got to let us know, Miss Karen, man. I mean, you have definitely had the amazing journey, especially what connected us in Miami was a real estate opportunity. And you've had this journey, man, for years. I've been in real estate yourself for years. Tell the people, man, a little bit about how did you get into this journey of real estate and exactly what has it shown you over the years?
Okay. Well, I came from a family of that generation where you just worked. You didn't do anything else. You worked it until you turned 65 and then you retire. And all of my siblings, and we weren't forced to go to college or anything. We had that choice. But what happened was, in my mind, I graduated high school and I actually got a job with the US government right out of high school at the age of 18. So my philosophy is you go to college, you get your degree, and then you get a job. And at the time, it didn't matter. You know, that's what my parents were teaching me. And I'm thinking, okay, this is the way it is. But what I noticed after I got one good job after another, I'd be there about a year and a half. Something was missing. And for a while, I thought it was me. I really thought there's something wrong. What am I missing? And as I went along, what it was passion. It's what I wanted to do in my life. Did I want to work at the post office for the next 50 years and then retire? And what happened in the end, the answer was no. I had this plan. I wanted to get real estate because I found a passion for it. So I began dealing with real estate, and it was just so amazing. The design, I could design the interior, I could do all these things. And that was fantastic. And then I thought, well, I need to do this for more people, because people need to experience home ownership. People need to understand that the biggest asset you can have is your own home. And then I started realizing, as I was talking to people, they didn't know how to get it. So then I said, okay, let me start educating them on real estate. So this wasn't a class I took. This wasn't a lot of things that most people do. You pay your money and I learned from an entrepreneurship mindset. I did it from the ground up. I met some investors here in my state. They told me everything I needed to know, and it was so amazing. And so then I went from that journey, from that to wanting to help people own their own homes. And I learned that part. And then what happened was I went, uh-oh, nobody knows a thing about credit. And I thought, how do I help these people? And I called around, tried to find some credit repair companies. Most of them were brand new. Most of them didn't know anything. So I ended up getting certified. So I've been certified since 2011. And that was my passion with real estate. That's how I got started. And I come from a family of, my father was a pastor. So what happened was, I've always had that mindset of servitude. And my father always taught me that if you take care of people, the money will come. Never let the money come before the people. Because if you really look at the way the economic situation happens, you just really don't win the lottery. You deal with people, you take care of people, and you get compensated for it. But in the same time, you're enriching their lives as well. So that's where it began. And then it went from that. And when Obama had his tax incentive in 2008, if you bought a house, I came up with an idea of, wait, contracts count as home ownership. So the people, even though their credit wasn't ready, I was able to get those people on contract through my investor. I talked him into it. So these people that didn't have great credit but had income that could afford the payment, they were allowed to buy the house on contract. While they were in there, I repaired their credit. So initially, contract's like 8%, but I was able to get them refinanced like at US Bank for 3.1 at the time. So on top of that, they also got the $8,000 that Obama was offering. So they literally walked into the house with nothing and was able to still fulfill that dream of children being raised in a home, not always in an apartment. So then it escalated from that. So everything I've done really has been for real estate, and then it converted to business build, because people had businesses they started, they were empty, and it just kind of escalated from, okay, there's a need there. I need to help them. I need to educate them. What can I do? What resources do I know? So as we all know, credit and real estate go hand in hand. Success is all about credit. So you have to figure out how to solve that. And I met the infamous Jackson Armstrong. Hi, Jackson. Amazing individual. I also met someone named Jaseth that is just spectacular. I had an opportunity to meet her in Miami as well. So there's a lot of these people all over the country that I had never met until the event in March. So I'm here because I'm not completely used to speaking, but on the other hand, this product is so phenomenal, I can't pass it up. And so it's something that I got into myself, because you can't solicit something. I hate the word sell. You can't solicit or introduce something that you haven't tried yourself. And once I did, and I realized that it worked, then it opened my eyes to going, finally, something I can help people with that's residual. Most of the people that are coming in at this point for me, they are people that want to retire but are afraid. Let's be realistic. The people at Walmart, the older people wearing the blue jacket with the yellow flower, they really don't want to be there. They're not there because they're bored. They're bored because they're there because they retired and they can't afford to live off their pension. So they're looking for another way. So I'm here to whatever you need from me, whatever I can do for you, whatever education that you need. We're all in this thing together. We're not individual. We're not saying, oh, I'm over in my corner and you're in your corner. I have spoken to people that aren't even in my group, but are part of the collective. And the reason that is because we can't be divided and be successful. We must do this thing together in order for people's lives to be changed. So that's part of my background. I also I had a group, I have an investor, there are 5 brothers here, and I've worked with them for the last 15 years. I commend them. They brought in people from Afghanistan and Africa and Nepal and all these places as refugees. And some of their apartments were not up to snuff. And I kind of said to them, look, I want to go in and renovate them and make it feel like home for them. They've lost their homes. So he allowed me to go in and to design and do contrasts and colors and countertops and beautiful tiled bathrooms. And one of my stories is there was a lady that came and it wasn't her apartment, but we just finished it. She came in and she sat down right in the middle of the floor. And I said, why is she sitting there in the middle of the floor? And the daughter told me, well, she decided that this is the one she loves and she's going to take it. And I said, but it belongs to someone else. And she laughed and she said, you tell her that. But that's the kind of thing that warms my heart. We have these people that come from nowhere and have nothing, and they can come towards something where they can raise their kids in safety. So once again, that's the way I was raised. So like I said, again, whatever people need from me, I'm here for you. It's not all about the money for me. That comes after the fact. I want everybody to understand that this is something that you can do to change people's lives forever, not for a day or a week, but on a continual basis. So if you take that type of stance and say, hey, John over here, he needs my help. Let me see what I can do, what kind of resources I have. The money still comes. So when I got a hold of the Airbnb thing, real estate's my passion anyway. So I was like, oh, this is like Mecca for me. So Lambo, I appreciate you letting me run my mouth because people can talk a lot.
Whatever. We appreciate you telling your journey and your story that is so relatable to so many other people who are out here, right? But not only is it relatable, like literally people are seeing themselves in your shoes. They're like, man, Karen, I've actually seen myself helping people, wanting something together that can unite people. And like you said, man, not your side and this side on that side being on corner, but uniting together for the common good to make sure that we're really helping out the next person, man, who out there who really needs help. I want to talk about this opportunity about real estate that we're going to talk about tonight that really allowed us to get out there to really even meet down in Miami last month and just have an amazing time that literally has the power and the ability to change lives.
Yes.
Tell someone who's out there, man, who's probably saying to themselves, Karen, I've heard your story, I've heard your background, but then this opportunity that you're seeing that's excited about it and can really change lives. What is that opportunity? Because shout out to Jackson, who came on here, man, a week ago, and we were able to kind of talk about some things. But talk about it from your perspective, how this could change someone's life, even if they just bought in at one level.
Right. So what this is called, it's Airbnb. Usually when you think of Airbnb, you think of the financial responsibility, the ability you've got to do the scheduling, you have to take the money, you have to do the cleaning, you have to go through all of that. This is a lot easier. It's called a co-hosting program. Cook's Financial is the company that has it. Amazing, amazing. So sometimes in real estate, what I've learned is you think you know everything, you never know everything because things change on a continual basis. So it's like always a continual thing to learn something new. So I had really personally never heard of co-hosting. So I said, what does that really mean? So I started getting on the calls. And the calls, the more calls I got on, I've always learned something every time I'm on the call. So it's always important that you be on these calls so you can understand the concept, how it works. So co-hosting is, let's say Cook's has this house. They have it contracted. Either they own it or they have it contracted with the owner. So what he allows is for us to enjoy ourselves by saying, hey, Karen, why don't you come along? Why don't you kind of partner with me with this particular property? You can be a co-host, not have all the financial responsibility associated with what I just described, and still earn 30%. And the only thing you have to do is split the utilities with me. Now, I don't know about anybody else on this call, but I thought it's not unrealistic. It's quite shocking. And I'm excited. So I said, well, let me do my homework and my research. Let me feel like this is something that can be real, because we all know as entrepreneurs, we always look for things that work, either for ourselves or for other people. So as I began to research and look at this, it is just a phenomenal thing to have. You have no financial responsibility. For a certain amount, you can have a small, medium, or a large. And what they do is you contract with Cook's, your co-host. You put your money down. 30 days from now, you would receive a payment of profit. And this is a 12-month contract. So every 12 months, you can renew it again if you choose to. The best part is you can buy more than one. You could do one every other month if you feel like you can't afford to come in. But your credit doesn't mean a hill of beans if you're able to pay for the first one. Because the first one opens the door to financial freedom. Because if you had to, you could just save the money from the profit that you earn. And within 90 days, get another one. And then in 90 days, get another one. So it's not unrealistic for someone, even if their credit isn't great, to be able to participate in this program. So you can have one, you can see how it goes, but I'm telling you, I have two. I started January. Here came the payment in February, and I went, oh, this is cool. So then I got another one. And so then I have received a payment again. And then I thought, you know what? My brain clicked on. I said, this is a good way to get my children out of my pocket when they need money. So what I did was I talked to my oldest and I talked to her about Airbnb and the concept. Now she has a double degree. She has one in cosmetology and she has one in Blade. So, she's in a college town. So what'll happen is summertime when the students go home, it kind of gets slow. So she gets worried about her finances. Well, she now has an Airbnb. So now that Airbnb is going to supplement her income until those college students come back. So now she's got excited because it dropped into her account. So now she's like, hey, Mom, the World Cup is coming. Oh, you know what I can do? So it was very gratifying to know that your children are now being involved. Now, my youngest is 20. She just got her first one this week. So I've got one to go and then they get out of my pocket. So that was fantastic. But we also have people that are on here that's retiring, that they want that income. They want the supplement. And some people want to grow businesses. And, it takes money to make money. So you have to spend money to grow your business. Well, this can also be a supplementation of it. We have people that's transferred their IRAs from previous jobs. And instead of putting it all the way into another IRA, they've taken some out and put it into the Airbnb. So here's my thing. everybody on this call, please don't be afraid to pay taxes, because taxes mean success. So when people get excited about tax refunds, it concerns me, because you do know that's money that the government had in the first place and they're just giving it back to you. So sometimes if you want to be successful in your business, sometimes it's better to owe a little bit, because that means you're getting good income. So the way they do it is they will send you a property. You'll say, oh, I like this. I think I'll do it. At that time, they'll send you a contract. You sign that contract, and then they'll send you an invoice. You pay that invoice, and then they will show you this link of your beautiful, beautiful property. My 20-year-old got a high rise, and I thought I was going to fall out. Like, what the heck? That is so amazing. That's another thing. None of these properties are dumps. They're not in the hood. You're not going to have to fight for your life if you get off a plane and you show up at the place at midnight. There's not going to be anybody there robbing you. So these are places that have been vetted. These are places that have quality to them. I believe that Derek's wife deals with the design of them, make sure they are appropriate. Because who wants a dump and they're supposed to be on vacation? Not I, said the cat. So I love everything I've seen. The pictures are not doctored, so what you see is actually what you get. And this is a great way to even help your college-age children. This could be a legacy. You know, this is not something that's going away. And this is something, they have them in Puerto Rico. They have them in Vegas. Funny, they even have one in Iowa. And I said, who would want to visit Iowa? However, you have to understand, this is not only for vacation spots. These are for traveling nurses. These are for when conventions come into town. So you have to kind of take your mind out of the concept that you think this is all it's for. These are for anyone to rent, and all you're doing is you got your hands off of it and you're earning 30%. And you can buy as many unlimited as you'd like. There is no restriction.
Did you say no restriction? You better stop that now, Karen.
Zero.
You better stop that now. So you're telling me someone literally can come into this opportunity and say, hey, man, I just really want to make an extra passive income. Hey, I just want one, or I just want two, to really help jumpstart me, and then allow that to really help open up doors for the life for them. And one of the biggest things that a lot of people, when they hear this opportunity, they always hear the negative side of Airbnb. I love that you complimented the positive side, that these places that they have are vetted out. They're really nice. They're in some definitely top-notch places that are definitely getting rented out. That's why it allows the cash flow to come in. God knows I've actually had the wrong side of Airbnb, and it did not look like what the pictures were stating when we got there. And it was just totally opposite. So I had that wrong opinion about that. I think that there's so many people, man, who are so unfamiliar with the co-hosting side of things.
Yes.
In their head, they always have the mentality of Airbnb, them fully actually doing it themselves, which is the full host side.
Right.
There is an opportunity, though, for the full host side if someone wants to have that. Talk to the people about the different packages, especially if an investor wanted to get in, and actually how could that help change their lives as well.
So normally, if you're an investor and you really want to be in the hosting side where you have full responsibility, that is something that Cooks has to talk to you about, because there's so much more financial responsibility to that. In other words, the agreement that Cooks has with the owner is no matter what, that owner is getting paid every month. So you have to have a minimum of at least $10,000 a month. And then you have to have some back deposit as well, because they need to know that you're going to pay that owner no matter what. So what they usually advocate that you do in the beginning is start with the co-hosting program. Build up to that, kind of get a feel for how things go. And then if you decide to get into that hosting part of it, then they'll kind of walk you through that. But I would always advocate somebody start with the co-host. Always. Because here's the thing. If your property is down in Florida and you're clear in Oregon, what in the world are you going to do? You're going to have management paying for everything. You're going to have, if there's a water main break, you're going to get a call at 3 o'clock in the morning. There is so much responsibility with being a host. Is there more money? Yes, but is there more headache? Absolutely, because you're doing everything. With a co-hosting program, you're paying. I call it set it and forget it. You pay it, and then the hardest thing you do is fill out a W-9 and an ACH of where you want the money to come every month. That's really hard. You know, that ink pen really gets really heavy. But I mean, that's it. And so for those that want to just have that passive income, I have a lot of clients that are older that would not want to get into the hosting, even if they had $1 million. I mean, you're getting into somebody calling you. And I understand that because I was also management. I had my own real estate. And I'm telling you, those people, the FEDs, the evictions, the complaints, the accusations, what they say to you because they didn't pay their rent on time. Now, all of a sudden, it's not livable. There's just so many things that go along with when you really have to be responsible for dealing with each individual client. So definitely co-hosting is where I want to be. I'm advocating that you start that way first. You can still have your profits. You know how? If you buy more than one, you'll still get that profit without the effort. If you have 5, you'll have that profit as well. So a good example, if you had 5 of them, they range anywhere from $60,000 to $75,000 a year, and you're not doing squat. You're not doing anything. That's what co-hosting affords you to do, is to kind of invest and receive, invest and receive. And so it's a much better place to start, especially if the piece of real estate is not even in the same state. You don't want that responsibility right now. So
yeah, you want to see the track record, of the definitely having the easy way, right, Karen? Just hands-free. I have been in so many real estate deals myself that we literally have to have the teams, and we literally have to make sure that they are hands-on. When we have something that's fully hands-off, I will take that all day long.
Absolutely.
Than hands-on. But I also want to approach it from this perspective too, for those who are out there who are probably saying, is this opportunity for me, or is it this opportunity not for me? Most of the time, we all have dreams. We all have goals.
Yes.
We all have a vision. Karen, what was your vision when you finally seen something like this open up, and exactly how it could actually help change the lives of others?
I would say that when I looked at it, it was for my children. The last 8 years have been rough because my father had a stroke in 2014. And then I ended up having to take care of him. And us being an entrepreneur, self-employed, my husband and I, it was tough. So trying to balance them being in school and the financial strain of it and all of that, it was just, the last 8 years was just really, really something. And then my mother ends up in 2021 having the same stroke. So it was like starting all over again. But unfortunately, 6 months later, she passed away. So it was 8 years of that, 8 years of trying to raise kids and have the financial strain of it. And back then I was saying to myself, boy, I wish I could find something that could really alleviate the financial stress of it, because those are my parents. You had to do it. You had to take care of them. So when this opportunity came along, of course I did my research and my homework and I went in. But what I saw was financial freedom for my daughters, for my family, because we're still entrepreneurs, and this economy has been tough. It's been kind of volatile. And, all of us on this call are probably not working for anybody else. So we have we ride the waves. But wouldn't it have been nice to have something like this, that no matter what happened, this came in every month? This is like your life raft that could have come in every single month and made it a lot easier. So now that the waves have passed, and unfortunately my parents have passed, and his father has passed, it's like, we're trying to go back to some type of normalcy. But what we are doing now is I am helping my daughters with financial success. I don't want them to struggle. Do you understand that it takes one injury or one illness and your credit is screwed up? It's how many of us actually have some reserve? I tell people this, oh, well, if I die, I'll be, okay. So, but here's the thing. My parents thought that too, but guess what they didn't do? They did not think about debilitation. They thought only of death. So think of your loved ones. If you become incapacitated today, who's going to take care of you? Who's going to pay your bills? Wouldn't it be nice that whether you broke your leg or whether you're sick as a dog or whether something happens to you, that for the next 12 months, that money is going to come in and be deposited in your account. So technically your family doesn't have to do anything but take care of you. That's what I looked at when I saw this Airbnb. So I am looking at this as a financial solution for present and for future, and it'll help your business, because guess what? If you do it, I would suggest you have an LLC, because if you deposit that money into your business bank account, now you have history. And now the bank is looking at you like, oh, this is kind of nice. Look at this business over here depositing this money in this account. And then that's how you establish your relationship with that financial institution. That's what you do. You don't take the money and say, oh, let me start spending. You put it in your business bank account and start looking at what else you can do with those deposits. That we call that the deposit game. Everything you do when it comes to business is a game.
Come on now, you better say that again. You get that Lambo bell for that now.
Deposit game, baby, deposit game.
Deposit game is everything to people.
Mm-hmm.
I want to backtrack on something, because something that you said really went on ahead and ring bells. I mean, literally, there are so many people who are in a state where they're actually trying to figure out, how do I leverage to get to the next level? Or what do I do? Mm-hmm. Yesterday, Karen, I did a call, literally packed out everybody. There was no more people could get on the Zoom. And we did a live funding with Lambo Drew and his team. And there were people, man, getting 50,000, 75,000, 100,000, 150,000, families literally right there on the spot. Yes. Getting funded. And I tell people, I say, man, most people can talk about it, but can you really go on ahead and back it up and really proceed that? And it literally takes a lot to get out here and really help people maneuver that. What that did, it opened up the opportunity of people saying, Lambo, now that I actually have capital, where do I actually go? I said, hey, man, you really want to tune into tomorrow night when Karen Towers gets on there, because it's an amazing opportunity that she's going to share. Now, people legitimately have funding and have a place to park it and a place to actually make their capital grow for them, right?
Yes.
And then they're able to go ahead and pay that back. The deposits that you talk about is so critical, because most people just don't know that when you actually receive deposits from the investments, put that money into the bank account. Allow that to continuously to keep growing. Allow that to continuously to keep taking you to the next level. That's what we are here to do, to accept, make sure that people and everything, man, get themselves on the right side. We've seen a lot of wrong side out here, but on the right side of things with the right people. Correct. And I really want to thank you, man, for you just expressing this opportunity for so many people from yesterday's call who literally, we got to do another call next week, because a lot of people got kicked out and couldn't even get let in on that call. Yes. But we were able to go ahead and help people and direct people to the right path. Yes. Karen, literally, this just opened up the umbrella to so many things. And I really want to give a special shout out to Cooks Financial for really being able to present something that actually makes sense on the real estate side. For those and everything, man, who probably been on the fence, trying to figure out, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I get into real estate? Should I get into fix or flips or not? Mm-hmm. You really need to. You really need to get into something that really definitely is hands off. And you're giving the people and everything, man, hope out here for something of this amazing opportunity. We're excited. I mean, tell the people, man, Cooks Financial is really just getting started out here. And especially they got some events lined up that definitely this community, if it's in the chats, they are definitely lit. Y'all be posting all of the amazing things in the chats. I'll be like, go ahead now. I see y'all in the family doing y'all thing. It's a community. If someone asks a question or someone needs help, the community is there to really help people within inside of this. Karen, I really want to thank you because you've been one of the vocal ones that have been actually out there, assisting yourself in your services to make sure things are run right. Tell us about a little bit of that leadership and what is that going to take Cook's Financials to the next level, especially with you being a part of it.
Well, what I figured out while Mr. Armstrong had his lovely, lovely job, that he was just really exhausted. And I said, you know what? I'm going to step up. He needs help. I was seeing all the texts that were happening and people had questions. And I just started answering, not to go around him, but to help him, because we're all supposed to be doing this thing together. We're not supposed to have the any separation. And I really haven't seen that. I just feel like, there's certain groups because George brought in Jack and Jack brought in Jim, but I've never seen anything to where there's just, this tension between the groups. But what needs to happen is we all need to care about how people get here. And here's the thing, I had to work on this. This is not for everyone. You want to save everyone, but you can't save everyone. They have to understand how the concept works. So you really need to just teach them how it works, what the process is. What I explained tonight is pretty much it. It doesn't get any deeper than that. It's not, an algorithm here and there. It really is what it is. But one thing I have not stopped doing is, I know back in the day when I took care of my parents, it ruined my credit because my parents had to come first. So as I went through the journey of credit repair, I saw these opportunities. It was frustrating because I wanted to be in so bad, but I realized I had to address my credit. But, I started thinking outside the box, because there are people that really want to and have some income, but their credit's not great. So there are so many other ways to be able to get in. Sometimes, good example, if you ended up being a sub-affiliate and you brought people in, there is a great sub-affiliate program. So then next thing you know, you can accumulate enough money to get in yourself. And even though your credit sucks, that's when you start looking into fixing your credit and starting your journey. So there's so many things, and I can't stop thinking. And I talked to Lambo about it. There is a place, I won't say the name particularly right now, but I did a test on it, and so far, 100%. Some of these clients had like mid to low credit scores, and they were able, this line of credit goes up to $4,500, and they were still being approved. And they weren't being approved for small amounts, because what I discovered is it looked like it was more for based off of deposits on a personal level, not business. So I thought, oh my gosh, there's hope. So I'm telling you, there are so many ways that you can help people be involved in this. There shouldn't be any reason anybody isn't, except for the very, very, very pessimistic people. Because you can save some people, you can help some people, but you can't help them all. They've been through a lot where they've tried things and it hasn't worked, and then they kind of reflect that onto you. So we all know, as entrepreneurs, as you go along, as businesses grow, there's things that change. There's things that alter. That doesn't mean that it doesn't work. That just means that they're growing. It's like a child. Would you leave a child in a 6-month onesie and he's 12 months? You wouldn't. You would get a bigger onesie so it fits just right. So the only thing I ask people to do is, as you go on this journey and as you see these deposits go into your account, don't be critical in case the days extend a couple of days, because now they're upgrading the system so it works better. When we find something that works, stay with it. because it's very rare that you find things now that work. And I had that pleasure to go down to Miami. I met Derek. I met his wife, Kim. Love her. Sat next to her. Love her. I love the group that was down there, and we had a chance to meet. And I'm telling you that it was just a very motivating experience, because you can have a lonely road when you're an entrepreneur, because you have friends that don't understand it. You have family that doesn't understand it. And you feel like you are literally all by yourself. And then you begin to question whether this is real. What is the issue? Is it going to work? And I'm going to read this one thing to you, all of you. Sometimes people around you aren't going to understand your journey. That's okay. They don't need to. It's not for them. Maybe nobody's told you this before, but it's okay for you to chase your own happiness. You remember that when people want to be critical about this program as that money gets deposited in your account.
My God, Karen, the Lambo Bell is out. Talk about bails out, and what a final way to close this thing. My gosh, Karen, you literally have blessed so many people by literally taking us along this journey with you and allowing us to kind of see it from a bird's eye view, especially from your perspective. You know, we get a lot of things, man, that are come here, they're here today, going tomorrow. But then when you see an opportunity like this, I always say seize the most of the opportunity. Every time, man, I get on the show, I always love to go ahead and say some amazing things. What you just said, like literally put it all in one plate for so many people out there who are trying to decide, should I make this move or should I make this move?
Don't give up on this.
Yeah. Yeah. And guess what? The thing about it is so much that a lot of people, you start well, but then a lot of people can't finish up. Then when the turbulence comes, or when things comes that literally kind of shakes off, people always got their hands up like, I think this is what it is. And that's not what it is. Sometimes, man, businesses always have that turbulence to go ahead and level out, right? They take away all of the negative to really add all of the positive things that is really going to allow this business to expand. And I love it. I love leaders like you and leadership with so many other people like Jack and everyone else who's in a group who's really, really, really binding people together and allowing them to say, hey, man, we're here to help you guys out to get to the next level. We're going to make sure that this is successful, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, next year's and the years after, because we really are involved in really helping change the culture of people.
Strategy.
That's what it is.
Have the plan, write it down, and don't deviate from it, because that's how it doesn't happen.
Well, and I think most of the time, though, Karen, what you said was so profound, is that when you do have that leadership in place, that leadership right there is to raise their hand and say, hey, if you need help, I'm right here.
That's it.
I'm right here. I'm right here. You guys don't have to go on ahead and run from that. And that right there makes people, man, feel secure. That makes people feel safe. That makes people say, you know what? I think I'm ready to really take this journey up even another level. And especially when the deposits are hitting an account. No one, I'm telling you, no one is complaining at that point.
We call that shut up money.
Man, they smiling from ear to ear when they see that weight band roll.
There you go.
So, and that's a beautiful thing, because for so many people, man, they've been waiting on something real. They've been waiting on something that can really help change their life, and waiting on something that can really put them in a better future. Karen, show the people and let the people know how they can still, get a hold of this opportunity or reach a hold of you and contact you and everything if they really wanted to jump into this journey.
Well, what you can do is, if someone invited you to this group, to this session here, and I want you to get back to them, communicate with them, because, we don't steal people. We just want you to be successful. If you have any questions or any concerns, I have an email. I don't know. Am I supposed to give that on this thing? Or
you better give an email on that thing but you're doing it right. If somebody invited them, make sure to get back to them.
Yes.
If they wanted to reach out to you, they can reach out to you. But just, it's a chain of order, y'all. So if somebody invited you, make sure you reach back out to them.
Absolutely. No, they're not going to be calling me chewing on my arm. No, not happening.
Yeah, but no, that's perfectly fine, Karen. Send us, let you know your email if they need to go ahead and answer any questions for you.
Okay, perfect. It's prosper at prospervengrp.com. And for those of that are already part of the Team Plus chat, I'm already in that one anyway as well. So that's my email, prosper at prospervengrp.com.
All right, I got you, because you sitting up in here, man. You had Lambo making sure I had to double check that. This is right?
That's it.
On screen for
That's
y'all.
correct.
All right, this is Karen's email for those and everything who want to reach out to Karen personally, and you guys probably have any questions or need to ask anything and say, hey, man, I was trying to get somebody in the group, but I need to go ahead and get it. Karen's like on it. Like, she will get to the bottom of the answer, the question. I'm telling you, she helped Lambo out and even Lambo's team, man, for real, and was able to go ahead, get all the documents and everything else, man, that we needed, man, and literally took the tension level from here to down to here. So I really want to thank you for that, Karen.
Anytime, my brother. Anytime.
So yeah, y'all make sure you guys, again, reach out to the ones who invited you to this amazing program, right? Mm-hmm. Reach out to them first. Don't be out there trying to DM Karen on the side and everything, man. And putting some work in her email. Get to that first, and then if anyone else needs questions, and probably say, hey, man, Karen, I would like a one-on-one time with you and everything, man, to kind of talk about a few things. Her email is on the screen. You can reach out to her. She'll be definitely helpful to help assist you.
No problem.
ProsperVenGRP.com. Prosper at ProsperVenGRP.com. It is on the screen. Yes. Now, Karen, you killed it out here today, girl. I don't even want to hear that, girl. Look at you.
Say what?
Say what? Y'all put the fire emojis in the chest, the hand emojis in the chest, hand clap. Show Karen, man, how much she actually killed it out here, and definitely has been a breath of fresh air for this amazing opportunity with this amazing company with Coach Financial and this amazing group of individuals who are really killing it out here. Like you guys self. Listen, I really want to thank you guys so much for joining us tonight, man, for this amazing program. Again, this is her first time here, but she will definitely be back on the Leverage Show because we got a lot of more talks with Karen that we cannot wait to go ahead and have a sit down and open up for you guys to really hear and help brighten up your journey out here.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Look, I look at the chat. Chat is going insane. Look at this. You already know what time it is, man. I love to see this. This is what this is about because you literally, man, went on ahead, man, and set it on fire tonight. Make sure you guys, again, man, reach out to Karen, man, get back to the ones who actually sent this link out to you. Yes. And if you are definitely on the fence, definitely go ahead and make sure that you go ahead and make a decision that's prayerfully that's out there and that you're comfortable making, and making that decision will help change your life, especially with Coach Financial. Shout out to my guy Jackson Armstrong for this amazing connection of connecting me and you and so many others together and everything, man, out here with this amazing community, but bringing the infamous Karen Towers right here to the Leverage Show.
Jackson!
Get Jack in the building, man. Listen, make sure you guys go like, subscribe to the channel, man. Lambo Drew, TMT, man. Hit that notification bell, man. Every Tuesday and Thursday night, man. 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. PST. We go in right here, and you guys literally have just heard from the infamous Karen Towers right here on the Leverage Show. Till next time, me and Karen are out of here. Your boy Lambo Drew. Later, y'all.